And good evening, everybody, and welcome back to everybody's favorite Montreal local podcast, Talk It Out. And if you don't know what that is, shame on you. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
But it's your favorite, so you should know.
You should know.
Even if you never watched it, you should know.
You should recognize this. It's
I know about it.
See? Our guest even knows about it. And we have a special guest for you tonight. So once again, I'd like to thank you all for joining us because I know there's a lot of you out there. I know it's just the vibe. And we'd like for you guys to also stay tuned to our brother podcast, Sessions with Steph, who's on. We don't even know when he's on, but we're just giving him credit. He's in cyber space somewhere. So stay tuned for that. We're on Talk It Out, and it's a bi-weekly talk show. Or podcast show. Podcast talk show.
It's actually a video podcast. How about
That's right, Vanny.
Don't play too much.
Come on.
Like
It's
too smart. They're like,
No. It's a video podcast. Get the terms right. Come on.
My Lord.
see what we can do. What can we do with them? Like,
Olivia, come here.
Where's the mascot? She's going to come.
She's coming around. So thank you guys for joining tonight. We have a very special guest. Now, I'm very happy to introduce her. We are happy to introduce all our guests, don't get me wrong. But tonight's extra special because it has a lot of meaning in terms of life, about motivation, about inspiration. So we would like to introduce to you Antonia Lo Giudice. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
You are, eh?
I am excited to be here.
That's probably the drinks we had prior, but she does mean it. She does mean it. No, I'm kidding. No. We
don't drink.
Francesca does. I don't know. I'm kidding.
I didn't drink today, so it's
I'm an innocent bystander all the way. So basically, welcome to the show. Now, it's more or less like this. We talk it out.
Absolutely, we do.
We do have... so relaxed, but we have
a very relaxed podcast.
But we do have questions for you so that you're able to tell everybody watching what you do, why you do it, and what inspires you to do it. So I'll take the first question for you, Antonia. When is the right time to hire a life coach? And explain to us a little bit before that, what is a life coach?
Oh, that's a really good question.
Woo!
And I'll tell you why it's a really good question. Because so many people out there confuse it a little bit, right? What's a therapist? What's a psychologist? What's a life coach? I'll be honest with you, when I started doing this, I didn't even know that the terminology life coach existed.
Okay.
I don't really particularly like life coach, but that's what the industry recognizes it. But to answer your question, so a life coach is basically, let's say you have a life situation, whatever that is. It could be work related, it could be relationship related, anything where you kind of feel stuck, lost, confused, maybe lost, confused, and all of that. So there's a situation there and you need some sort of a guidance, right? Someone to talk to, but that's not family or friends, because sometimes you feel that, they won't understand you. You want a clean slate. So what a life coach does is they'll start from where you are now. So where am I now in the present moment? And then we work through to where you feel you want to be. And the life coach helps you to fill in the gap, fill in the bridge a little. And maybe to give a little bit more of a better understanding, the difference with, let's say, a therapist would be that a therapist kind of takes you back to your past to make sense of your present. Okay, and will diagnose you. A life coach does not do any of that. No diagnose. So anything that's really more deeper, that's more therapist. But they can work together.
Okay.
So I work hand in hand with therapists because sometimes I will get, let's say, a situation, someone will come with me and I automatically see that this should go to a therapist.
Okay.
So we have a few where we work together like that. And a therapist will do the same with me. Once they work through someone, now they feel, okay, now you should be going with a life coach just to get you to see the steps. So there's a planning that takes place there.
Yeah.
Oh,
And we
nice.
work through emotions, or, so some of my biggest situations are maybe career kind of change, or relationship has been a big one, especially in the last 2 years,
Oh my
as we can imagine.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
But
So in a nutshell, if it's clear to you, that's what it is.
yeah,
Nice.
and we were talking behind the scene, and I loved how you were defining actually the idea of life coach. You give it also another name.
Yes, I did. And it's not mine. So, but it's from a woman that I absolutely admire. Never met her in person, but in Zoom, obviously. She's in the States, and she's someone that I've learned a lot from, my methods and techniques in coaching. And it's Martha Beck. I don't know if you've ever heard of her, but she calls it Wayfinder.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like just to find a way. So picture it. Example, let's say you're on a trip. You're lost. You get lost. I know we have GPSs, but
Vani, this is for you. Vani, this is for you.
Find my way.
So let's say there was no, back in the times, I think we can remember the times when there was no GPS, right? So let's say you get lost. What's the first thing you do?
Panic.
Go to the gas station.
Panic.
Call my dad. That could be a thing.
You stop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stop. Then you can ask for directions, right? So let's say now I'm lost. I come to Francesca. I ask you for directions. What Francesca tells me is a little bit like a coach. But who's actually going to get me to my destination? Is Francesca going to take me there?
No.
No. I still have to do the heavy lifting.
Okay.
So a coach does not give advice. You shouldn't want anybody to give you advice. Okay? So a coach will help you to use your inner GPS to find your own way.
Okay. So it just puts you on the right direction.
That's right. And what we usually do is we work to see what are the barriers that have been placed there that kind of fog your way. So removing the barriers so that you yourself, you can use your own inner compass, your own inner wisdom. And we all, if you're a human being, you have it.
Yeah.
We all were born with that inner guidance, inner wisdom.
What if it's always wrong? That's my problem. It's always wrong.
Then, so that's a
Rearrange your compass. Throw it out. Get another one.
It's because you're not listening to it.
That's
Oh
maybe
no, my God.
Okay.
Girl, that
Your
was too
gut.
easy.
How many times have we looked back on something and said, "Oh my God, it was right there. I just did not see it."
Oh yeah.
so many times. Too many,
So,
actually.
Story of my
What
life.
you were actually listening to was not your inner. It was your thoughts and the images that you were telling yourself as to why this is what you should be taking. So that's actually, I'm very passionate about that, because that's exactly in life coaching what we do.
Oh
Oh,
no.
that's so nice.
Okay, so you get to re-strengthen, relearn how to come back to your own inner guidance. But you're not, and I say this because sometimes we fall on situations where someone just says, "Just tell me what to do. Give me the answer now. Like, give me the pill." Right? Make it. And the truth is, I don't know the answer. I don't know the answer. But I know how to help you to find your own answer. So this is what I'll
So
do.
you replace the beers. Basically, okay. Okay.
So I don't know if
No, it's very clear.
and so it becomes fun. So in having said that, you see the distinction a little bit with therapists, right?
For sure.
So somebody who has, like, let's say some sort of addiction, or that's more therapist, or we don't diagnose. We don't, that's more out of, and then once that part is taken care of, then a life coach could come in. Or if you don't have that and there's just like, you know, a conflict, inner conflict, those I love a lot, then a life coach can come in.
Yeah.
Get back to finding your way.
That's so interesting. And also I have another question, because I was impressed by the fact that you've been on your way for quite a bit, traveling throughout the world and living the last years in Colombia.
Yes.
So how this experience of yours influenced your way of coaching and inspired you maybe, or give it more, kind of teach you something? Because I believe, like, considering what you were saying, is just kind of the same path, kind of rediscovering yourself to travel could be. So I don't know how the two things merge together, if so.
That's such a beautiful question.
You're so full of life. I love it.
Yeah.
I love that question because you're spot on. When, you know, traveling, I traveled even before I started doing this. So I've been doing this life coaching for about 10 years now. And in the past, I was traveling, but I was doing it like 2 times a year, 2-3 weeks here and there. But I wanted more. So when I first started this, it was also a life-changing decision. Okay, so it led to a life coaching because of what I was doing in the past. And I was actually working in a big corporation managing people. And one of the things that I loved was coaching and developing people to reach and recognize their full potential and put it out there. And sometimes people do not know. They don't know. And it's not that they just don't know. And that's how sometimes employees would have gotten labeled as difficult.
Okay.
Or lost cases. That terminology used to make me cringe. So if you label them as such, they're going to remain as such. And because they were labeled that way, well, they continue on that path. But sometimes the reason why that is coming on the outside is because it's a defense mechanism, let's say. I have no self-confidence, so I'm going to go on a defense. But when you help them and listen and watch what they do and see a strength, everyone has a strength, don't tell me they don't. And you notice that strength and you make them build on it and you show them how they can believe in themselves, it is incredible, the beauty that comes out of this human being. So taken from that, I knew this is what I wanted to do, but I wanted to incorporate it with travel. So I decided to do it online. Why? So that I can take my computer and travel. I chose South America. And so the first country was Argentina because of a trip when I went to, and I went on this hiking trip in the mountains. It was absolutely gorgeous. And the Spanish language. I always wanted to learn how to speak Spanish. So we went there, and there's no winters.
That's such
Oh,
a
yeah,
good
that's
point.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm convinced.
There.
So
That's it.
Okay.
What's the next trip?
Correction. Argentina and Chile do have winters, but they are reverse seasons. So when we were leaving in the fall, their spring was starting. So it was perfect. Then once we got to Colombia, I went to Colombia first as an adventure. It was really an adventure. I wanted to know more about this country. There was so many perceptions out there in the world, but when you see pictures, it is absolutely one of the most stunning countries in the world. Wow. If you've watched any series that take place in Colombia, amazing. So I lived in the mountains. Absolutely breathtaking. The first time I did that, we were alone. No internet, no TV.
Oh my God.
The first people, neighbors, close to where we were was like far, far away. And at the beginning,
It was brave, huh?
at the beginning, I thought it was gonna.
Oh, for real.
I was like, what am I doing here? And then we were in Manizales, and at some point in Manizales, when it rains, it pours because you're high up in the mountains.
Okay.
It pours and it thunders, and there's lightning, like as if the world is gonna collapse. And I kid you not, when you're alone with no distraction in a nature, something happens that you connect with it.
Or you run away scared. That's
You connect.
the two options.
There's a beauty comes out of it. And the reason why I say that is because I was the type of person that when it rained, it depressed me.
Yeah.
I feel you. Yeah.
It's like as if I'm missing out on something. I ended up loving the rain, and I don't know how it happened, but I did. There was a connection with a nature of when there's no distractions, that there is such a beauty in there. And then with the people, I'm coming back to your question. There's a process there. So I was doing live coaching already at this time, online. Then in Colombia, I met the locals where I ended up learning from them. So by this point, I was fluent enough in Spanish to be giving conferences there.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
And I started giving them by having met a professor at a university. And as we were talking and I told him what I did, well, he invited me to go and give a conference at a university. And he said, if you say yes, I can have you there in 2 weeks.
Oh.
So I'm like, yay, yes, excited, So after that, it hit me. Wait a minute. This is going to be in Spanish.
All
Oh,
right.
that's all right,
In
eh?
2 weeks. And I started freaking out. I was ready to say no.
Oh, no.
It took almost 2 days where I was like, okay, well, I can't do this. This is too soon. This is an auditorium, an audience of about 100, 200 people. I can't do this. In Spanish? Oh my God. Now, it was already 5 years that I had been in South America. This was my first year in Colombia. And at some point, I went to a coffee shop, my favorite coffee shop where I knew, pretty much everyone. And I said, I'm going and have a coffee. When Carlos comes back tonight, I'm going to tell him to just call it off. But something happened. Now, I want you to listen because this is part of life coaching when you get, okay? When you notice, when you listen to your inner self, okay?
Sister?
That beer, the second beer, the second one. Yeah, not the first. Okay.
So I was at this coffee and I'm having my coffee. And as I'm preparing to tell Carlos no, something happened that was like, but I really want to do this. So there was a fear, but there was an excitement. So the excitement is telling me that I should be doing it. Okay? So I'm like, but I really want to do this. Then all of a sudden, like one of the waitresses that works there that I know her well, she came, we spoke a little. And as she turned away, it dawned on me. Have you noticed when I spoke to her? What language was I speaking?
Spanish.
Spanish. I've been speaking Spanish for 5 years. So that was not the real reason why I did not want to do it. It was something I created in my mind. Why? Because this was Colombia. This was out of my comfort zone. This was not Montreal, Canada, or the United States where we have the same. This is a different culture. What am I going to tell these people on a stage? How are they going to resonate to what I have been doing in Montreal? So this is what I was really afraid of. Okay? So in looking at it, one of the reasons why is because I had learned so much from them. We think that sometimes we go to these countries and we know more than them. If you actually stay with them and listen to them, they teach you so much more about gratitude, being in the present moment, loving, being happy even though you go through struggles. So you look at them and you say, what do you know that I don't?
Yeah. Okay.
So I had learned all this from them. So what could I have possibly given them? So what I did is that in that coffee shop, I said, okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I went up to the people in Colombia. You can do that. Maybe not here, but in Colombia, you can do that. And I said, hey guys, I need your help.
Oh, that's
I
so
told them
nice.
what was happening. I said, do you mind? I'll get you guys a coffee. I want to speak as if I'm going to be giving a conference, and you tell me what
That's
what
so
you
nice,
think.
That's
actually.
very good
I love
idea.
it.
Okay, practiced it.
Now you
Then they would
cannot
put
do
me
it
in
here.
jail. They would
Right
put me in
there.
jail.
Fermi
Hola,
tu, fermi tutti. Listen to me.
So that's it.
That's fantastic.
That's what I did. And I had them all crying, laughing, inspired. And they said, you really, just what you said now, need to go and do this.
That's fantastic.
So do you see? That's how a little bit it had happened. And that's why Colombia. That's
That's
why Colombia, and that's why I went back every year on a work visa, because you need a work
Yeah.
visa. But I got the work visa right away from the references that I had from this university. Because the first time when I went, I did it for free
Okay.
because I did not have a work visa. I
yeah,
could
for sure,
not.
you could not work.
But what it gave me in return was the references to make me go back on a work visa.
That's fantastic, actually.
So that's how why Colombia, why the people
Traveling.
there, and the traveling and
Life coaching.
life coach.
Now, does that tie in with you becoming a motivational speaker?
Yes. So when I did the conferences, well, the motivational speaker, I started it in Montreal. But the way I started it was I never thought of wanting to be a motivational speaker. Actually, public speaking was the thing that terrified me the most. So I never thought of it. But I remember when it was the third year we came back to Montreal in the summer, and there was an ad in the Le Journal de Québec that they were looking for candidates for a TEDx Talk.
Oh.
And the theme,
I love TEDx Talk.
they're amazing, right? And the theme was New Frontiers. So I thought, hey, with everything that I just did, that might be a good. So I did it for fun. I tried.
Nice. That's
I
awesome.
sent
So
it out,
nice.
okay. So I sent it out, and I didn't think anything was gonna come out. I sent out the story and all that. I got an answer back for they wanted me to go in to speak for 2 minutes on what, you know, the topic that I was going to be talking about. And I was like, oh my God, look at that.
Nice.
Oh, this is so exciting.
2
Okay,
minutes is
great.
terrible, though.
Yeah, 2 minute I had to,
It's-
you know. Now, the thing is that I thought that I was going to be in a room, you know, like this with two people. And I was going to be sharing, and then they were going to, you know, coach me, because I always heard that in TEDx they coach you, they prep you, and
Oh,
all that,
okay.
okay?
Okay.
So I thought I was going to, they just wanted to hear the story.
No. No, no, it's not that simple.
There was a
So-
platea. There was people, audience.
So I got, yes, I didn't know that. Okay, anyway, so I get there,
Oh my
and there was other people seated there. And so this woman comes up, she shakes my hand, and she's like, okay, you're next, come. And then she leads me to these doors, opens the doors, and it's an auditorium.
Oh my God.
It's full of people. There's a red carpet on the stage with a spotlight. Go ahead.
Emma.
And then, like, you know what? Like, probably
Yeah.
not.
And I was wearing heels.
Oh boy.
I made my way on the stage. I couldn't back out. now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Would have been terrible.
Yeah. So I'm walking on the stage and I'm shaking. I don't feel I don't know if it's ever happened to you, that feeling, that sensation that you don't feel yourself inside your body.
Mm-hmm.
So I went, the spotlight comes on, and then there's somebody in, you know, so I start speaking, and I can hear
Because
know,
you
the
were detached
the
from your
words, like,
body.
I was, and at some point I went blank. I forgot what I had to say for about maybe 10 seconds. Count 10 seconds.
It's
That
a
happens
lot
to
of
me
time.
daily. It
It's a long
happens to
time.
me daily.
It's a
long
lot of the time.
And at some point I just came back. I continued, finished. And the girl who had greeted me, I can remember her walking towards to come and see me again. But I just ran off the stage.
Oh, no.
Through the auditorium, and I went straight for the bathrooms. And I went, that's it. You just made a fool out of yourself. Now I'm going to be polite here, but my language was a lot more.
You can
Yeah.
swear. You
I
can
can-
swear. You can swear.
I
It's
can
all good.
imagine. Like, it would be...
That I made a terrible, anyway, a fool in the bathroom. And I was hiding there because I thought, what if she comes out and starts looking for me? Let me stay here for
So at least I can just...
As I got up, I went and so I looked at myself in the mirror and I just started cracking up. I just found it so hilarious. And I kept telling myself, never again. Are you crazy? You're never going to do this again. So I started cracking up. And again, this was the first time it had happened to me. I said never again. But there was a part of me that kind of felt good being up there on the stage.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know that I want to give this up. I really suck at it right now. But hey, what do I have to do? Practice and learn. So I joined Toastmasters. Do you know what Toastmasters is?
I heard of
No, I heard of it,
Toastmasters.
yeah.
I think I used to do that a long time, but it's
Yeah.
years ago.
I joined Toastmasters.
Oh, nice.
So the only thing, so you see what happens sometimes, this is part of also the life coaching. This is why I'm sharing these stories.
Thank you.
Is that we go through things like that. We fail, we fall. It's such a terrible fall that we give up. So there's an exercise that I do usually with clients to make them see if they feel that sensation. Did you give up because of the fall of the not good enough, the fear of failure, and or was there still that thing that you still wanted to do it? Because if there was,
Go
then,
ahead.
yes, you just have to. You went too fast, like I had. You can't skip steps. I know we want to, right? I'm here. So remember, I'm here right now. We start from, you want to go there, but you're not going to get there overnight. And there's no magic pill. So it's what we call turtle stepping.
Turtle. Because it goes slow.
Turtle stepping. Okay? Small, tiny steps. And if the small, tiny step still scares you or you're not motivated to, it's because it's still too big of a step. You got to break it down a little.
Okay.
And you have to fit it in a way that makes you want to do it. So you start with the smallest step that you can commit to in your everyday life. Because another thing that we do is that sometimes we have this, like kids, some people have kids, this, and they say they want to write a book. And they say, I'm going to write 3 pages a day. Well, right away you set yourself up for failure because look at your life. So you need to set it up in a way that's realistic for you. Doesn't matter how long it's going to take you. But as long as you do it in little incremental steps. So this is what I did. So I went to Toastmasters and I did it for 7 months. And as I was doing it, I loved it.
Okay.
So every step of the process, if the thing that you want to do, you yearn for it, you're passionate about it, well, the tiny steps, you need to be passionate about them too. And you need to be enjoying the process of getting there.
Yeah.
Because that's what brings that joy. When you look back, you're always going to remember, it shouldn't be, it should be fun. I used to look forward going my Toastmasters. I used to look forward doing my speeches over there, and I learned, and then I started giving my conference. So it started that way. Then in Colombia, the way it happened is that, well, it was in Spanish, but I had to meet. I met with the professors. So I was doing them mainly in universities, and so I would meet with the professors of each department because I wanted to know who is the audience, who will be there.
For sure.
Why are you asking me to come and speak to them? What problem do you see right now that they're having? So I could have easily just decided on my own, okay, hey, I'm going to give a conference and I'm going to choose this topic.
Yeah.
It's what and go for it. I would have probably failed miserably because it would not have resonated with them.
With that audience. Sure.
Exactly. So, it's important to know who's there. And if you notice a little bit, sometimes it's the number one cause of conflict in relationships. I go with, but I'm not listening to what's coming out. And sometimes I might be hearing it, but I'm hearing it, and at the same time, I'm bringing in my perception and my knowledge. This person is saying this, and already, okay, what an idiot. Right? But if I am listening, then I'm listening to find out, to observe. This person is letting me know something that they probably don't realize. So let me just listen. I might not like what they're saying, but let me listen to see with the information, then I'm going to know what to respond. Right? So it was the same way in the universities. So gathering all that information, I knew exactly who was coming there, what was going on with them. And so I crafted my talks in such a way that would have touched them.
Oh, nice.
So that's how you get them. And then you watch. So when you're giving a speech, one of the things I always say in it is say from what's important in your heart. Speak from what's in your heart as something that you also experienced and lived. Because then when you speak it,
It speaks from the heart.
Yeah.
it speaks from and they're going to know. And they're going to feel it.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
They're going to feel it and they're going to absorb it.
So is that why you went ahead to write your own memoirs? And I really found the title very interesting. It's called The Lollipop Triumph.
Yeah.
I need to know about that
Why?
title. Oh,
When-
why that title? I need to know.
Oh.
Oh, no, there's a smile.
So The Lollipop Triumph is a memoir. Okay? So it's...
Which is already funny because they are so young and you're already writing a memoir.
Exactly.
Interesting that you say that. Can I interrupt your
Absolutely.
to answer hers? Okay.
Yes. Yes, go ahead.
So there's a difference between memoir and autobiography. Okay. Memoir, you can write it at any time.
Okay.
And the reason why is because a memoir it's of a period in your life, a little journey that you went through. Could be anything. Could be a period of a month. Could be maybe a year. Like Eat, Pray, Love.
Yeah.
Yes.
Eat, Pray, Love.
Yes.
Eat, Pray, Love is a memoir.
Okay.
But it's a memoir on her year of travel.
Okay.
Okay? And it's a journey of what happened in the year of travel with what she got from it at the end.
Okay, so
with an
that's
experience.
interesting because I didn't know. I
Yeah.
didn't know the differences. I always thought memoir was about memories, so memories in general about your life, more in general.
It is. So it is memories, but about a period in your life.
okay.
Where an autobiography, it's an account of your life.
Okay.
Ah.
Okay.
You know?
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. And usually an autobiography, like in our writing workshops, I'll always tell the future writers is that I wouldn't go with autobiography because an autobiography is an account of your life and nobody cares.
Unless you have a name, probably.
That's right.
Unless you are
Yeah.
someone.
Unless you're
Celebrity.
famous.
Celebrity.
Unless you're a celebrity and somebody famous, then you want to know.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
looking celebrity. You want to know.
That's right.
How'd you get there?
Exactly.
right.
And you do, right? But somebody like me, so I'll take myself as an example. So I'm writing about like a memoir about, well, is anyone going to care about what happened to me? And the answer is no, Antonia, nobody will. Nobody, it's not to be, but nobody will. So what a memoir is it's the message, it's the meaning, it's the story, it's a journey. It's a period in your life that you're taking a reader on a journey, but it's the story that's more important.
So it's also
you're
more
an
personal.
actor.
Yeah.
You can put whatever inside. It can be, it becomes a different type of narratives. So you create your own narrative based on your memoir.
Yes, well, you could. A memoir is on your life. Okay, so
Okay.
it is memories on you, and yes, you go by memory. So sometimes the dialogue is not exactly how it happened because you're going by memoir, but it's a period that happened in your life. So like for me, my memoir was on the 10 days, 10 days that from the time that my dad had gone into the hospital and he was put on a life machine for 10 days.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so but at this point, and the thing is that a memoir is written like a novel.
Okay.
Okay, so it's like written, it's the exact same elements. So this is what we teach in the writing workshop, the elements of writing a memoir so that it reads like a novel and the reader is intrigued in the story
And
taken in by the story and can't wait to see what happens, like fiction. Like I can't wait to see what happens and what the ending is going to be so that I can take away from it.
Okay.
So my memoir was about that 10-day period, but there's flashbacks.
Okay.
Nice. I like that.
Okay,
So it's
There's
an interesting structure.
It goes back in time.
Yeah.
Okay, but the present day is what brings the book forward, but it takes you back in time to my childhood, which was a very, very difficult childhood.
Okay.
So me and my siblings, we lived through a very difficult childhood from my dad, so like long, I can tell you my dad had a big addiction, so there was abuse. Okay, so in that 10-day, I take the reader on journey through telling my story, but in such a way that they can connect with their own emotions.
Okay.
So that at the end, they can feel hope for them too.
Nice.
Okay.
And the lollipop triumph is how it comes out triumphantly. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
So the meaning, there's a universal. So a memoir has a universal theme that even though you didn't live what I lived, in reading it, you can resonate with it and take away the same message.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
That's the
I love that.
difference. Yeah.
Very nice.
I love that.
I love
It's
it.
a way of connecting with your audience in an empathic way.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. So when I wrote my memoir, I was not writing to tell the story about me, and I was not writing because I felt that my story was more or less dramatic than anyone else. It was how I came to a beautiful healing and realization that changed my life through this. And so when I was writing it, it's like as if I was bringing with me a tribe of people that went through the same thing.
Okay.
And now reading it, they can maybe connect and get that same sense of hope.
Oh, cute. I love it. I love it. That's very
That's it.
strong. Those are very passionate and strong words. And I think anybody who would like to convey that same message, it would be ideal maybe to take one of your writing classes, which we are going to have you talk about and give information on. I think it's very, very important. Right now, I think what I would love to do...
I was just making sure the dog didn't fly out. Our mascot, yeah. There was an opening in the door, and it would have been fun.
We're checking.
It's okay. We're all good. We're all good.
Actually, what we want to do is I want to touch more on that, the classes that you use to sort of convey the message on how people can get their point across and their personal lives across, because I think it's very important. A lot of people don't know how to say it, and sometimes they will write it to get that message across. Be it maybe they're shy, or maybe they have no way to verbalize or express. Mm-hmm. But sometimes they do it through drawing. Sometimes they do it through art.
That's right.
Sometimes they write, right? So in this sense, it gives them an outlet, because I find people so pent up, especially now with what we had. I find people, they reserve themselves. It converts into an anger, a frustration, a stress. So I think this is a great way to release that energy, so to speak, that pent up anger. Okay, that came out wrong, but you know where I'm going with this, right?
I know exactly.
Oh my God. You know where I'm going with this, right? You know where I'm going with this.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I love to have a cheering section, but yes, I really would like for you to explain more on your writing classes and what you use in order to attract somebody who would want to follow in that specific direction. Before we touch on that, I think we should do our game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have a fun game.
Okay.
I sent it to you too.
Yeah, she can read off mine. Okay, because we are going to have Sierra come in. She's going to chime in and ask the questions here. So it's basically a game called Rapid Response.
Yes.
So
Okay.
you have a couple seconds to answer whatever it is. They'll ask you for 3 whatever. I don't know what it is. It's the first time I see the questions. So just to give you an example, Lisa and Francesca will do the first one. And the first question here is Sierra, our camera man lady or camera lady. What do you call it? Is it cameraman? Why is it everyone's looking at me weird? Is it, I don't want to say it wrong. Is it working the camera here? We have Sierra. And the first question goes to Francesca and Lisa. And here it goes.
Give Francesca 3 compliments and give Lisa 3 compliments.
Okay, so I'm going to give Francesca 3 compliments. You're beautiful, you're intelligent, and you're very, very humble.
You're so sweet. You're beautiful too, and you're exceptional. You're really recharging and inspiring.
Okay, next question. Give Stefano 3 compliments. No, I'm joking. Sorry. Okay,
How about, okay.
No, I don't want.
You're right.
No,
that's going to be the shorter list. Yeah.
Don't answer. Okay, Antonia, this one's for you.
3 things that are hard to do. Wait, what? 3 things that are hard to do as you get older.
3 things that are
hard to do as you get older, like tying your shoes. I'll answer.
No, that's you, Vani.
3 things that are hard to do as you get older. I would say, remember what you did in the last 5 minutes.
So true.
I would say, going up a flight of stairs.
Yeah,
true.
That's true.
And while I'm at it, getting out of bed.
That's a big one for me. Yeah.
It's actually, and this is not a word of a lie.
It's
getting
like
out of the car when I get to work.
or-
That's the hardest part of my day. I fucking moan and groan every time I get out of the car.
We don't want to hear your
Anyway,
personal...
Sorry. Whatever.
I would add also recovering from an hangover. The older you get, the
that's
tougher, no?
Going out.
Also going out, but recovering from hangover it takes so long. Now it's crazy, no? Not that I know.
Not that I just finished my hangover about half an hour ago.
But people told me.
Yes.
People tell me. That person said that person.
I've heard from a friend.
Someone said.
My neighbor.
Lisa and Francesca. Here we go with the next question.
3 things hard to do when you are short.
When you are short, like short in the sense
height.
of short.
This.
Yeah.
Vertically challenged.
Yeah. So why me and Lee? So now I don't. No, I didn't.
I didn't
get
ask
it.
the question. That was,
I came up with the question. Yeah.
Go ahead.
You could say it, Francesca.
What is
things to-
difficult with the short? Okay, grab something on the top shelves.
Mm-hmm.
It's really frustrating, specifically when you're at a supermarket. Everybody is looking, and no one usually ever helps.
Yeah.
And you're just like there looking so stupid and really terrible. Then another thing is like when. What was the question?
when you're short, 3 things
Yeah.
that
My
Hangover
memory is short.
memory is short.
The memory is short. Another thing that is difficult, I don't know, actually, noi diciamo il vino migliore nella botte piccola, vino buono. So, which means small...
Bottle?
No, small...
Small quantity. Good things come in small quantities.
packages.
Yeah, so I don't think we have as many as difficulties. Probably to me, this is the only one.
The short-
Grab things on top.
Yeah, my brother's like 6'1".
Being seated in the back row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I hate that.
I hate
I always have some tree in front of me. There's always some 8-footer that sits right
Yeah.
there.
standing in
Probably like a branch, but doesn't matter.
What are you talking?
Sorry.
exactly.
No,
Or maybe that's because somebody was way too tall.
Maybe.
yeah.
Probably not.
Picture.
Some of us are almost 6 feet tall.
Yeah, and the movie is terrible.
In the movies, that's right.
Because you got stuck
How about
with them
deep
and then...
water? Deep water.
But you can swim.
Yeah, but you get tired, no?
But just you go a little bit.
Okay.
You don't really need. It's okay, whatever.
What about the bathtub? Is it hard getting into the bathtub? I don't know.
Depending on the.
Depending, there could be an incline or decline.
Okay.
How does that affect if you're short?
Because you drown.
It's called swimming.
Yes, but after a while
That's
you get
a
tired,
point.
no?
Aren't like you know how to swim?
Yes.
Yeah,
But
that doesn't
sometimes
affect
I'm
if you're
lazy, I want
short.
to float.
It doesn't affect if you're short. Like I'm short, I could swim.
You're not answering
She doesn't
that.
like being on her tippy toes like this, you know?
Yeah, you know what? It's arduous.
I
Yeah.
think we should go to the next question. That's what I think. This one's for Antonia.
Yeah.
Oh, here you go.
3 places you'd like to be taken on a date.
Oh, that's nice.
3 places?
You'd like to be taken on a date.
Hawaii.
Yes, I know where that came from.
Someone.
Do you fit in the luggage?
Mexico.
But expensive date, by the way.
Toscana.
Toscana.
Yeah, that I
Amalfi.
would take.
I have expensive taste.
Amalfi would be nice. Yeah.
For a date, like, it's gonna cost a bit.
It doesn't matter. You're worth it.
Oh my God.
Well
We're
said.
not short there.
Well said.
Okay, Francesca and Lisa. This is a good one. You can tell Lisa wrote these questions.
I don't like when you say this is a good one. This is not a good sign, actually.
No, you're gonna like this question. Yeah, you.
I don't think you will. 3 things your dogs do that you love.
See. You love. See, look at her face. I touched her heart. There's
We
a
don't talk-
memoir.
we don't talk
There's
about
a
peanut butter.
memoir.
We won't talk about peanut
It
butter.
talks about peanut butter. It's the Nutella that works. What? 3 things that my dogs do that I love.
You love when you choose your shoes.
Choose my. Yeah, no, that's the.
And your underwear and your
And my
everything.
bra, yeah.
Me too.
Have no more.
Mine too. She does too.
She does.
Yeah.
Both of mine eat. I see one
No.
cup there and another cup there.
See, she knows you're talking about her.
She's like, me? Okay, so 3 things that I love that my dogs do. I love it when they cuddle.
See.
Yeah, I don't like it when they sit on me. I like it when they cuddle. I like it when they look at me with those cute eyes when the face is like right in front of mine. And I like when they hug. They hug actually, and they're cuddly and they're warm.
Oh, yes. But because yours are also very big.
Mine are like walruses, but I love them.
So cute. That's so
You?
beautiful. So when she's giving bacetti, literally, in the morning, first thing she comes and
She licks a lot.
oh, yeah, too much.
She's
But
all tongue.
yeah. But in the morning it's nice because you wake up, you already have you already have someone that is gonna give you some kisses.
You're
and
giving
it's so cute.
someone's giving you tongue.
I think we should go to the next question. This is off the rails. This is
I didn't even get it.
yeah.
Now I kind of. Then when
Where's
she's
your
cuddling,
drink? Where's your drink?
when she's cuddling, And the other thing, and when she actually wants to play, so she's just put like a jump on her feet,
Puts her
and
paws up.
it's so cute.
Okay. We have one last question,
Luckily.
luckily for Antonia. And that's a good one.
3 celebrities you'd like to date.
Ah,
Celebrities? I would say it used to be Johnny Depp, but I think he went a little bit off the wall.
A
from
little
what I've
loopy.
heard. But let's say I'll stick with Johnny Depp still.
fight for Johnny.
Yeah, I'll stick with Johnny Depp still. And Keanu Reeves.
Yes, such a good taste you have.
Speed. Oh yeah, he was good.
In the Matrix, I love them.
Yeah, it was good with the glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the glasses.
Glasses.
With the glasses.
You're thinking this. You're thinking the glasses.
That's what I was thinking with the glasses. When it was like with the glass, like throwing glasses. My God.
This is so weird. Okay.
One
And
more
one more.
celebrity.
Oh God. Somebody that I would.
George Clooney, Richard Gere, that kind of, no?
David
Tom Cruise.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Michael J.
David
Fox.
McTappen.
Who?
Michael J. Fox.
Oh,
I
no,
loved him
forgot-
so
it was-
much.
I forgot his name.
The Rock.
You would
Rock.
think. No, it was.
Zac Efron.
I forgot his name, but.
What
Weird Al
he did?
Yankovic.
Huh?
Brad Pitt.
No, not.
I
Brad.
said Weird Al Yankovic.
It would be an interesting. That would be fun.
It would be
would be
funny,
funny.
right?
You'd laugh
Imagine he
all the
sings
way
to you. Imagine he sings to you.
Ooh, such a nun.
Yeah, I would like something where there would be humor. Somebody.
There
with,
you go.
Somebody with a sense
Will
of
Ferrell, how
humor.
about that?
Billy
Yeah,
Crystal.
There you go.
You know who? Colin Farrell.
Ah,
He's all right,
see.
the guy.
Yeah.
I like.
He has that Irish, or no, he's Scottish.
No, it's Irish.
Is he?
Whatever. He has.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Just talk, buddy. Take off that shirt and talk. We're
How
good.
to transform normal questions into the absurd, like the apex of the absurd.
Well, since we're on it, she gave her 3.
No, she did give her last one.
Yes, she did. Oh, well, she said someone for humor. Right?
Yeah, and you had said what's his
I had
name?
said Weird Al Yankovic.
There you go. I would pick him
Perfect.
because imagine how that date would go.
I don't know.
You know?
Well, think of it, since we're on it, Lisa and Francesca, think of one like off the wall. Not because, you know what, all the ones you guys said, not for anything. It's like I've heard it a million times.
That's because
You know?
they're hot.
Okay, they're hot, but try to, be original with that one. Huh, you like that,
Vanny,
huh?
you're
Come
just
on,
such
come
a-
on.
You're
Actually,
such a
I must say,
such.
I must say, David Duchovny is original because not everyone. knows.
Ah,
Oh.
that's nice.
That's
I
original.
said David Duchovny.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So I'm giving you props for being a little bit original. a little.
Californication, X-Files, mystery.
What about
Yeah.
someone like Axl Rose, let's say, or
Oh,
like off the wall?
Jess
you know?
Umari.
Yeah, that would be a little bit
I'm
Some
thinking.
people like that kind of bad
rowdy.
boy.
Yeah.
You know.
Really?
Bono
Oh,
Vox.
okay, No.
Who?
Bonovox. I was obsessed with Bonovox.
Who's that? Bono.
Yeah,
What's his last name?
Bonovox.
Vox.
Vox. Yeah, it's entire like
I
Bonovox.
had no idea. It's Bono.
Me
You know what's
too.
funny?
I
My
thought
friend
it was just
spent
Bono.
a whole night with him.
Really?
He came to Montreal. He went to a restaurant, and they closed the restaurant.
And he
in
was
Little,
there.
in Little Italy. And my buddy was best friends with the owners, so they just
stayed?
and they sat and had drinks with Bono all night.
Nice.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, but I had a big crush on him actually.
Bono.
But
See, that's-
very,
that's-
very big.
That's off. That's different. You know. That's
Really, really big.
really big.
And also Brian Adams, I have to say.
Right.
Oh.
The guy.
No,
too.
Bon Jovi, come on.
Yeah.
No, Bon Jovi, no.
So I met Bon
It was
Jovi.
too
Oh
obvious.
my God.
Okay, so I did meet Bon Jovi.
You did meet Bon Jovi.
I did meet Bon Jovi. Actually, Bon
Now
Jovi
you met
the
Bon
band.
Jovi and Stefano Vanni. Oh my God, are you crazy?
That's done.
You did.
You can leave that there.
Interesting enough, John Bon Jovi.
First name
is-
basis.
It's
Well,
Italian.
because Bon Jovi to me is the band.
Yes.
right?
Gotcha.
Okay, so,
He's
and
Italian,
so-
no?
Yeah.
so-
He's
Yeah.
Italian.
Yes, he's actually Sicilian background. So what was funny is that when we met, I ended up finding out that his background was from the same village like my dad was.
No.
So yeah. So when I asked him about it, that's how the conversation actually. But
Oh,
he was
nice.
very, very he was very, very nice and very intelligent. He's a really, really intelligent businessman.
Yeah, he's
Oh, yeah.
very, very,
Very
intelligent.
intelligent.
Very, I'm sure it was the intelligence that got you. That totally got you.
I would definitely be intrigued.
No, well, it was like in a kind of a party setting, you know. So there was.
It's like J-Lo when she talks. It's because she's so intelligent that I listen.
No, he was
that's the
the
reason.
other ones in the band, but he was.
He was.
He was the heads behind.
Yeah,
what
he
Bon
can't
Jovi-
sing a note anymore. Have you seen him recently?
No, I haven't.
Oh my! Have you guys? We're here with some friends. Bon Jovi. Have you heard him sing recently? Oof. Ooh,
Yeah.
I can't listen.
Really?
Yeah, he's back. Yeah, he points the mic to the crowd, and he makes them sing. Yeah,
No.
he really. No, he's done. Poor
Oh
guy.
my God, that's bad.
20 years of yelling like crazy, and he's got no voice left.
Me
Really? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
sad actually.
Yeah, I
But you know,
know.
he's still married to his high
Yes.
school
Yeah,
sweetheart.
he
Yeah.
had about 12,
Bono
15 extramarital relationships. But I mean, other than that, he stayed married.
Also,
so that's
Bono,
good.
Bono too is married
Yes.
with
Yeah.
the after I don't know.
Yeah. We're
We'd
in
say
the
maybe
desert.
no, maybe no. Who knows? Like we want to believe and
Okay, we respect him. You know,
yeah.
he, was,
Respect.
he kept it under 20.
But I would be interested in the conversations. That's why with
True.
Keanu Reeves, I don't know if you know about his background.
Yeah, actually,
But
it's
I
incredible.
would love
Yeah, he's pretty
to
cool.
have a conversation with this man.
He's half Hawaiian, I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has a little bit of lots of
He's
mixes.
had
Speaking of Hawaii, just saying.
Speaking-
What?
Basta,
Oh,
basta,
sorry,
Vani,
sorry,
stop.
sorry.
Let us know if you see Keanu Reeves.
I will. I'm gonna take a picture with him.
No, no.
Yeah.
Stefan is gonna come back looking like
I'm gonna
Keanu
cut-
Reeves.
No, he takes the
Hawaiian,
takes the
Hawaiian.
subway.
Hawaiian.
Poor guy, he still takes the subway.
He
Yes.
He does. I heard he's very humble.
Very
I
humble
would
and
love-
generous.
Yeah. All the suffering he went. No,
Very
I would
generous,
Love to have
yeah.
a conversation with him.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, I'm sure.
When you film Speed,
When you
Let
don't
me
see
By
Yeah.
the way,
Let
just
me-
to add a little curiosity, I met actually George Clooney.
Do tell.
It was a very quick thing because it was very quick. Everybody was waiting outside of this big hotel in Rome, and I was running because I was working. And then I said, no, I cannot pass on Via del Corso, which is the big, so everybody was
yeah.
in front blocking all the street. So I decided to go on the little ladder on the back. And actually, at a certain point, a guy just ran toward me, he blocked, and then a big car, limo, arrived. And actually, George Clooney just...
He popped in front?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was like,
I think he came
Hi.
to see you.
yes, it was for me.
I know. And he brought you.
But he smiled at me because
he
I was
brought
the
you-
only one, and he was because he wanted to avoid the crowd.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was just there. So it was like, hey.
Did he
and
bring
I
you
was
a
like,
coffee? An espresso?
Yeah, yeah. And actually, but after we had short stories together. But no, I cannot disclose that.
Oh,
Anyway,
okay. Sorry.
after.
now my phone is
Gotcha.
gonna ring.
Yeah.
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 Already. Yeah. See?
No, but yeah, no, I nearly got killed by the Smashing Pumpkins bus. Isn't that ironic? Smashing Pumpkins. I nearly got smashed by the bus.
Who's got killed?
Me, almost.
How did they miss?
Would you want to hit this?
Oh my God, guys! See how normal conversations end up to be.
It's not my fault.
Have
I'm
no
innocent in
sense
all
at
of this.
all.
I'm innocent in all of this.
Innocent bystander.
That's right.
Exactly. Hey.
Sorry, I'm giving the hi.
Yeah, we're wrapping up. Where can we find you, Antonia? And also, fast for your writing classes, give us the feedback as to where we can reach you for those. If anybody wants to take your class, where they can reach you as a life coach, if they ever need any
All
type
your
of,
contacts.
Yeah, all your contacts.
So for life coaching, my website, AntoniaLoGiudice.com. You can click on the tab Work With Me and all the forms are there. For the writing workshops, they can just either go on my Facebook or my Instagram, message me, and I have a list going to when the next workshop is going to be around. And I never go with more than 10 people
Nice.
in a session,
Okay.
just so that everyone really gets
Followed.
the value of it. A workshop runs for 6 weeks. We have live a session once a week, because then they're given homework to work during the week. Then they come back the week after, and we work on it together. And I also give them one-on-one sessions on the material that they've written so far. So on my Facebook, they can message me there. My Instagram, they can message me there. and then I put them on the list and send them the dates for the workshop with all the information that comes with it.
Perfect. That's awesome.
It was so awesome. Thank you so much. It was so
God.
inspiring and interesting.
Yeah.
And
It
it's
was
good.
I loved
so
it.
much fun.
Yeah?
You guys are so full of. I think I should bring you along, like my,
No, it was
You know,
good.
back-
Colombia. Let's go to Colombia.
my backup singers. Well,
We
when I'm coaching,
would love that.
We're definitely motivational.
I bring them up,
Yeah.
and
Just create vibe in the back.
there you
Yeah, we
go.
go out, we start dancing. But if we go to Colombia, I think we're really going to be motivational there if we come with you
Very
to Colombia.
motivated and motivational.
Yes, definitely.
Both.
Oh, I'm telling you, they will love you.
I'm
Ah, that's
sure. Yes.
And I need to
yes.
travel. I mean, it's been
They-
so long.
Oh,
Really.
Me too.
oh, they would
If
love
there's
you.
a beach,
The
I'm
rumba. Oh,
Vanya,
Santa
don't
Marta.
say anything.
I'm not saying anything.
Vanya, because I feel like there's a
eyes.
vibe arriving
The
here.
eyes.
we feel the Darth breathing.
Like, oh.
Anyway, so thank you guys for tuning in. I know you had a blast. I know we had a blast.
Where do we
I
find
had a
Talk It Out as
blast.
well? On
YouTube.
YouTube.
Our channel.
Spotify.
Spotify, Apple Podcast, Facebook, Instagram. No, do you have an Instagram?
No, we don't.
No, we don't, but we will. It's
coming.
It's coming.
So,
Yes.
yeah.
So we're everywhere, guys, all on social media. Stay tuned. Thank you so much, Antonio and Antonia, for coming. Madonna.
El marrón es perfecto.
So thank you so much, Antonia, for joining us. It was fun. We had fantastic, inspiring discussion. And I think I feel more passionate about life after hearing you.
Yes.
Great.
true.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
traveling.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Francesca. It was all
Thank you so
so much
much.
fun.
Yay.
Uh,
Thank you for coming.
Thank
and
you,
bye,
guys.
guys.